All right, this is way more than just another football match. This is a complete clash of philosophies. You've got Liverpool's relentless, all out attacking machine going up against the sheer grit and defensive will of Leeds United. Let's dive in and break down the blueprint for this incredible tactical battle. So, whose game plan is going to come out on top? That's the big question, right? This is a true chess match on grass, and we're about to lay out the entire pre match blueprint that's going to decide who walks away with the win. Okay, first up, the tactical blueprint. We're going to start with the core strategies, looking at how each team is going to set up right from the opening whistle. This is what sets the stage for everything else. Just look at this. It's a total contrast in styles. When Liverpool has the ball, their formation instantly morphs into this hyper-aggressive 3-2-5, just flooding men forward. And what's Leeds' answer to that? They drop back into a super compact, classic 4-4-2 block. The entire goal is to clog up the middle and give Liverpool absolutely zero space to work with. So what's the secret sauce that makes that 3-2-5 so deadly? It's all about the fullbacks. They just fly forward, basically acting as extra wingers. This forces the Leeds defense to stretch out, which creates these dangerous 2-on-1 overloads out wide. And you know who they're going to be targeting? That Leeds right back, who has a tendency to get caught too high up the pitch, leaving a highway of space behind him to attack. And Leeds' game plan? It's all about discipline and pure, raw speed. They're going to sit back in that tight, narrow block, soak up all the pressure, and then, bam, they spring the trap. The second they win the ball, they're launching it long over the top for their speedy forwards to chase. But, and this is a huge but, there's a major weakness here. If Liverpool can break through that first line of defense, that whole defensive wall is in danger of just collapsing. All right, so we've got the big picture strategies down. Now let's zoom in on where these tactics are going to collide head on. These are the three key battlegrounds that are going to decide this match. First up, and this is where the real fireworks are going to be, is out on the wings. It's a classic showdown. Liverpool's tricky, dynamic wingers going one-on-one with Leeds fullbacks. And let me tell you, those defenders are going to be under constant, relentless pressure all game long. For any defender, this is basically your worst nightmare. Liverpool has a massive advantage out wide, both in terms of speed and technical skill. This means there's a really high chance they're going to draw fouls in dangerous spots right outside the box. And the potential to win a penalty? It's significant. Next, let's move into the engine room, the middle of the park. You know how it goes. Control the midfield, and you control the game. This is exactly where Liverpool is going to try and stamp their authority right from the get-go. This battle really just boils down to possession. We expect Liverpool to dominate the ball and set the tempo. The problem for Leeds is they have a tendency to give the ball away cheaply in this part of the field. And for a team like Liverpool, a turnover in midfield is like a dinner bell. They will pounce on it immediately and launch a devastating counterattack. And our final key battleground, set pieces. Think about it. When one team is going to be defending for most of the game, corners and free kicks become absolutely massive opportunities. They can be your best chance to score or to concede. And for Leeds, well, this is their certified Achilles heel. They have a huge weakness when it comes to defending set pieces. They're especially vulnerable on the second ball. You know, that moment of pure chaos after the initial header is cleared? That's where they struggle. And you can bet Liverpool sees this as a giant flashing green light to exploit. Okay, we've covered the tactics and the key matchups. Now, let's see what the data has to say. It's time to look at the cold, hard numbers that paint a picture of how this game is probably going to play out. I mean, just take a quick look at these projections. It's pretty one-sided. Across every single key metric, possession, total shots, corners, Liverpool is expected to be overwhelmingly dominant. They're projected to have way more of the ball, take way more shots. The data really just confirms everything the tactics were telling us. But if you're going to focus on just one number, make it this one, expected goals, or XG. This doesn't just measure how many shots you take, it measures the quality of those chances. And look at that gap. Liverpool is projected to create chances worth over 2 goals, while Leeds is barely hovering around 1. It shows it's not just about shooting more, it's about creating significantly better opportunities to score. So we've looked at the tactics, we've broken down the key battles, and we've crunched the numbers. It's time to put it all together. What's the final verdict? How is this game most likely going to unfold? Well, the models are pretty darn conclusive. We're looking at a 65 to 70% chance of a Liverpool victory. A draw is sitting somewhere around 18 to 22%, and a Leeds win, that's a clear long shot, only about a 10 to 15% chance. The probability heavily favors the home side.
And if we dig a little deeper, the single most likely scoreline the model is predicting is 3-1 to Liverpool. And that kind of makes sense, right? It reflects their attacking power, but also gives Leeds credit for grabbing a goal, probably on one of those fast breaks.
The next most probable score is a clean 2-0 victory for Liverpool. And that's followed by a slightly tighter 2-1 win. You see the pattern here, don't you? All signs are pointing toward the exact same conclusion. So it really all comes down to this. This match is Liverpool's to lose. If they can avoid making silly, unforced errors and just stay alert to that Leeds counterattack, then everything, the tactics, the matchups, the numbers, they all agree. The 3 points are theirs for the taking. The only real question left is, can they execute?